Have you ever heard someone say, "You mean we have been saved by grace?" And maybe your response was, "Yes, by grace." But what does that actually mean? Because if we're honest, most of us live like we're saved by effort. We say grace, but we operate in performance. So let's slow down. What does it mean to be saved by grace? First, we have to understand the problem. The problem is this: if salvation is based on being good enough, who decides what good enough is? Is it better than your neighbor? Better than your past? More good deeds than bad? If that's the system, then salvation becomes a scoreboard. And if it's a scoreboard, most of us are in trouble. Because deep down, we know our thoughts. We know our motives. We know the things no one else sees. So when the Bible says we are saved by grace, it's addressing something fundamental. We could never rescue ourselves. Grace means unearned favor, undeserved kindness. A gift, not a reward, and that changes everything. Because if salvation is a reward, then someone earns it. But if salvation is a gift, then someone else paid for it. Christianity teaches that the cost of sin is separation from God, and no amount of religious effort could erase that debt. So grace is not God lowering the standard. Grace is God meeting the standard himself. That's why the cross matters. It's not just an emotional symbol. It's not just an inspiring story. It's substitution. It as Jesus stepping into the consequence we deserved, so we could receive the righteousness we did not deserve. So when someone says, "You mean we have been saved by grace?" The answer is yes. Saved from what? From separation. From guilt. From trying to earn love we could never earn. But here's where it gets deeper. Grace is offensive to human pride. Because grace says, you cannot boast. You cannot take credit. You cannot say, "I earned this." It levels the ground. The morally impressive, the morally broken, the religious, the skeptic, all of us come the same way, empty-handed. Grace also means something else. It means your worst day does not disqualify you, and your best day does not qualify you. Let that sink in. Your worst failure does not cancel grace, and your best behavior does not create it. It is given, freely. But here's the tension people often feel. If we're saved by grace, does that mean our choices don't matter? No. Grace is not permission to live carelessly. Grace is transformation. When you realize you are loved without earning it, obedience stops being a transaction and starts becoming gratitude. You don't obey to be accepted. You obey because you are accepted. That's a completely different motivation. Fear says, do better or else. Grace says, you are loved, now live differently. And here's the beautiful paradox. Grace humbles you completely and lifts you completely. It tells you that you were more broken than you thought, but more loved than you ever imagined. So yes, we have been saved by grace. Not by works. Not by performance. Not by religious activity. By grace. Through faith. Which means salvation is not about climbing your way to God. It's about trusting the one who came down to you. So maybe the real question isn't, are we really saved by grace? Maybe it's, have we truly accepted that we cannot save ourselves? Because grace can only be received, never achieved. So let me ask you, if salvation is a gift, are you still trying to earn it? What do you think?